today. From Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco readying for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Garoppolo, first play, going to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. To throw here, Dalton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Dalton. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Play fake. Here's Dalton. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And it'll be Dalton again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So not only do you not get the 1st down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right, because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher, because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the 49ers have moved out in front. was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. So Dalton now to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Kamara try the right side.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton off play action. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Andy Dalton
tries the left side and finds Alvin.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McLeod. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action, Garoppolo. Looking deep for Jennings. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
28 yards for Alvin Kamara. And the Saints have regained the lead.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Dalton. He's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave from 10 yards out. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On play action, now Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Jerome Jennings,
a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers have got it back to within a score.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. That time a 6-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing, Dalton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On first down, Garoppolo. And this is caught. Jennings. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised, just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Dalton sets up play action. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Passing. It's Dalton. Quick slant. That's caught by the 5'11 Landry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Again, he's got that man Landry. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Olave over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Another chance for Dalton. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Dalton, open man is the tight end Troutman. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Dalton. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And Dalton to throw. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry from 6 yards away. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Jarvis Landry who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Garoppolo on first down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Dalton now to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Dalton.
Throw left side complete to Troutman. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Dalton. Touchdown, Saints. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Saints are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's polished off through the air with a touchdown to Alvin Kamara.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Garoppolo now.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 43. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Garoppolo again. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield. Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much? I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
50 seconds to Mike. I got one.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped. Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Kamara up the middle. And down to the 36-yard line here. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively. To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. A 10th carry for Kamara. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 13. 1:46 to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote.
Yeah, Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.